Aw, good morning. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Wednesday morning. We're going to give you a little bit of information on our end of the year process and get you situated for your taxes and things like that. So you're not wondering where your 1099s are coming and where things are coming from. But first, we have a guest speaker this morning. He is with Blanket, and we did kind of roll that out the last time we were on the webinar, letting you know kind of what it did. He's going to go into a little bit more depth this morning and kind of explain how valuable it is to you for the end of the year. So with that being said, Stephen Walters, you have the floor.
All right, thank you. Appreciate the invite. Hope everyone is having a good post Thanksgiving week, and you don't have any leftovers in your refrigerator anymore. As I don't. I cleaned those up last week. But no, thank you. I appreciate you bringing me on. As Tanya said, my name's Stephen Walters. Work for a company called Blanket. Innovative Property Solutions has partnered with us to provide an additional resource and a comprehensive dashboard that you, the property owner, property investor, gets to log into, access certain data that you may not be able to see when you're looking at an owner statement that you're sent every month through Innovative's Appfolio. And so with that, I'm going to share my screen and kind of walk through the platform and how to use it, what things you would want to do when you log in, what step one, step two, step three, etc. So with that said, I'm going to share my screen and we'll walk through this. And mind you, I just the innovative team just sent out another fresh round of invites to log into the platform for the folks that have not logged in. This, what you can see on my screen right now, is a demo account of ours. It's a test account because we don't want to show anybody's real data while we're covering this. But if you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the chat within the Zoom webinar. But to start things out, you will receive an email login right now, or you have in the past. It will come from Tanya. It shows Tanya's name within the email that it's coming from, so please be on the lookout for that. And then when you do log in, the first order of business that we do recommend, and there will be kind of step one, step two, and tool tips within the platform. But first order of business is we ask you to click the updated properties tab and verify that all of the information that's displayed on the screen is accurately, you know, representing what your investment property is. All of this information is pulled from public records and data sources. So for the most part, it is pretty accurate, but you may want to add certain things, whether there's closing costs, home improvements, down payments you may have put down. Maybe you've refinanced your rental property and public records and the data has not picked up. So feel free to go in and verify that your purchase price, purchase date, loan information, your loan term, your interest rate, all of that information is accurate within the dashboard. If you do have more than one rental property, and once you update the first property, it will bring you right over to the next property to verify that information. And then once you're done doing that, it brings you back to kind of the portfolio page, which I think is kind of the heart of the dashboard. And then the next pop-up you'll get is the transactions page. We recommend going to the transactions page, verifying that everything looks accurate. You can add, maybe you're paying some HOA dues not ran through Innovative, that you're paying directly, that's not captured through the property management software. And if I haven't mentioned it, our platform syncs directly with Appfolio. So all income and expenses that are coming through Appfolio and that are on your owner statement should appear within the dashboard as well. If they're not ran through the Appfolio owner portal, then you can absolutely add a one-time income or expense, or you can add monthly reoccurring. We are adding a quarterly and an annual feature by the end of this year. But here's some common categories you could see for an expense, whether it's homeowners association, insurance, property taxes, maybe some leasing and marketing fees, you name it. If you want, you can select other. And then if there's income, there's some use cases maybe where you're collecting Section 8 rent directly, or some other type of income that you're collecting not ran through the innovative team. Once all of that looks good, you can go in and look to see and filter what other things you may have. So as an example, I'll highlight property taxes and insurance. So if you do see property taxes and insurance, these under our demo account were manually added. You can also go in and edit these things or delete them and then re-add them through the add button up here. And so if you are updating your properties right when you log in, that calculates what your mortgage payment is on a monthly basis. However, if you do escrow your insurance and property taxes within your mortgage and you do not pay it in a lump sum at the beginning of the year, you may want to go in and set up a monthly reoccurring property tax amount, and you can retroactively go back to the beginning of the year or last year or wherever you see fit, and then take that lump sum of what you're escrowing, divide it by 12, and then therefore your insurance and your property taxes should make up what you're paying each month for your mortgage, insurance, and taxes. So after you do that and everything looks good to go from an update property standpoint and transactions, you can go back to the heart of the page, the portfolio page, and kind of looking at this from left to right. We do have a performa section where this is a pretty powerful tool within the dashboard. It has your assumptions up at the top, which are the national averages. You can tweak these if you think maybe in your specific neighborhood where the inflation or annual rent growth or your home appreciation may be up or down to what the national averages are. You can just kind of modify these assumptions to what you see fit. If you do have more than one property, you can drill down and update them individually. You can also update your monthly mortgage payment on what those details are under this section, in addition to the update properties section. Um, and then as you do that, you can go ahead and look at what the estimated investment value is over time. All of this information is interactive and does show you, in real time and what it will look like in the future over the next 25 years. We also list out your equity buildup, your property value, and then your loan balance decreasing over time. So this gives you a good snapshot on why it's important to hold this property for long term and that financial freedom, or if you're looking, to lean on this as a retirement, when it's all said and done. And then down here at the bottom, it does show a graph and a chart of what these figures will look like over the next 25 years and what based off the assumptions. And then at the bottom here is kind of the wealth building of what it will look like, of what your cash flowing over the next 5, 10, 15, and up to 25 years, what your equity buildup, what your appreciation on your rental property will look like. So when it's all done and said, if you want to sell the property in 25 years, you're accumulating quite a bit of cash with appreciation and cash flow and equity, which shows down here. And again, all of this is editable. When you go down here, you can add in your property taxes. Actually, this pulls from what is listed under your transactions of what I added manually to this dashboard. But yeah, this is pretty cool interactive tool that just gives you a clear snapshot of how your property should shake out over the next couple decades. And then going back to the portfolio page, again, left to right, right here is where you have the market value on what you think or what is the estimated value of your property. This can be adjusted. If you think your property may be a little higher or lower, you can always modify this as you see fit. There is tooltips built in. If you're not sure how this works, it does break it down for you. If you do have more than one property, you can modify those using the drop-down menu. And then this does show the cash invested, what your down payment was, what closing costs were, home improvements, etc. And then over on this column and bucket right here, it does show your total equity buildup, your principal pay down, the appreciation on your property. And then it does have the tooltip of what all those means if you're unsure of those metrics. Right here in the middle of the screen, we do have an annual owner letter that the innovative team will be looking to send out side by side with your 1099 tax documents. This right here is our letter for 2024. However, by the end of this month, it will be updated to the 2025 snapshot. And I'll show you what a glimpse of this looks like right here, where we do pull in your market updates. And again, as a reminder, this is our demo account, so it's not showing your exact market in your state or your city. But it does show the market update of what's been going on. It does show rental trends over the last 5 years, um, and property values as well. And then down here, we do have legislation updates. What's going on in your market? What are politicians either trying to make tough for you, or what are they trying to improve for your rental property? Some markets show a never-ending list of what bills have been passed or in progress or denied. And then in addition, you can click on all of these legislation bills, and it redirects you to the actual bill if you do want to have some light reading to see what was going on with that. So that's pretty fun to learn what's happening in your market. Then we do have your portfolio performance, which shows you all of the things that are in your dashboard, but as a snapshot. We'll have all of your properties listed right here, whether you have one or 10. And then here's the 25-year performa that we just went over is in the annual owner letter. And then down here at the bottom will be a leadership summary from the innovative team of what messages are they conveying to you, the property owner, on what's going on from their standpoint, and what things they are working on, and what initiatives um, are happening at their home base. Moving past going back to the heart of the page, we have the trailing 12 months of income and expenses and what you're cash flowing each month. It does have an interactive graph where you can look back and see, what income did you get, what expenses did you get. It does point out at the bottom here what your most profitable month was, which is kind of cool. And again, it has all the tool tips needed if you're looking to educate yourself on what some of these metrics are. And then right here, we have your net operating income over the last 12 months. It does show cap rate, cash on cash return. Again, tool tip right here. If you're not sure what cap rate or cash on cash return is, that's I feel like that's a newer terms in our industry that aren't talked about enough. Uh,
Mhm.
and then down here, you can drill down on a monthly basis of what's been going on for your monthly expenses. Then it kind of tells down here what your highest expense was. So it says July was, we could see what happened here. Looks like we had some professional fees, some management fees, a little bit of maintenance, and then your mortgage payment. Skipping over the marketplace, does not pertain to the innovative team. However, we do have an owner benefits section that has other companies that could be utilized to help you out, whether you're looking to refinance, maybe do a 1031 exchange, possibly looking at a home warranty or insurance partners. This page is customizable, and the innovative team can add any vendors that they see fit that they would like you or recommend you to work with. And then bottom here is the support channel. When you're on the dashboard, we do have a little support button that pops open. So if you ever have any comments, questions, or you're looking for someone to lean on within the dashboard, if you have any comments or questions about any of the transactions, we can help you out. And if there's something we need to escalate to the innovative team, we'll just send that right on over. And then the last but not least, we do have a little referral button. So if you ever think this is great and you want to refer one of your friends or family members to have their property managed by the innovative team, you just press this button down here. They'll be notified if you're looking to work with them. So with that said, open it up to any comments, questions, or anything I missed, Tanya and Kylie.
I think you did fantastic. I really like the bottom section of the dashboard. That's super helpful.
Awesome. Love that. Yeah, we try to make it as aesthetically pleasing on the eyes. Some data that you can look at without kind of sifting through an owner statement to kind of make heads or tails of what's been happening. This should give you a clean snapshot of how your investment property is doing. I had one of our clients use this as an analogy that he thinks of this as Merrill Lynch login for your investment property.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see that.
so I use that all the time.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here and taking the time to explain this to our clients. I personally think it's very useful. I have a rental myself and I have been tinkering in it and it is very eye-opening. I like it.
awesome. Love that. Any questions from any audience members? Nope.
I don't
So I
see it.
so I'll just kind of end on this. I'd encourage you guys to log in. I know the innovative team is, if they haven't added it, they're adding it here soon, a button on their website where you can access the dashboard. Other than that, I think the innovative team sends out maybe a monthly invitation to the folks that haven't logged in. So I'd highly recommend logging in, exploring, and just kind of checking out some of the insights on your investment property.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies.
So I'll take it back over here real quick. I know you guys are all interested in email notifications and things like that for 1099. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knew when they were coming in. They will be coming next month, and they will be coming through your email. And they will be also uploaded onto your portal, along with your annual statements. They will be on your portals. If you have any questions, you can always call our office as well. One thing that I would like to encourage all of our homeowners to do is update your information. So we all move, not too worried about it anymore because of the digital emails and texts and things like that. But we would like to have your updated mailing addresses, phone numbers, anything that's added, changed, or whatnot. So if you could go on your portal and change all of that, or you can email Kylie. And Kylie is on here today. Kylie Ralph is my right hand, some days my left too. She is our assistant director of property management, and she does a fantastic job. So if you guys want to email her at pm@ips-nc.com, and she can help you with any of those questions as well.
Yeah, and also with that, Tanya, and for our owners too, if you do email your updated contact information over, or you're having any issues accessing that 1099 when that time comes, either from the email that you receive or from your portal, you can also shoot an email over to the PM and I'll help you for that too.
And that's why she's awesome. With that, I wanted to let some know that sometimes when you get your 1099 versus your owner's statement, if we have money coming in December and you don't get paid out until January, sometimes your 1099 will be just a tad bit different than your year-end statement. So keep an eye out on that. Again, if you have any questions, Kylie's always available for that as well as myself. And I also wanted to touch on a couple of things just to kind of maintain your properties. I know that a lot of times we call out and we need to do this and we need to do that, but some of these things will actually save you money in the long run. So at the end of the year, springtime comes around, end of the year, fall comes around. It's one of those times where you go, what have I done lately to my property? So one of the things that I highly recommend is the heat's getting ready to come on full blast. It is definitely not as cold as where Stephen is right now, but it is cold. And the heats are coming on. We're having a lot of people call in saying that we need our heat, checked or whatever. It is very important to keep those maintained. So once a year to have somebody come out, especially when the heat's starting to come on, to have somebody come out and just double check the service or the HVAC and service it makes a big difference, and it'll keep you from having to do major repairs come the dead of winter when we're in, January, February time frame. So if you're interested in that, and we are going to recap and send this out, but if you're interested in that, that's something else that you can send over and we will get you taken care of. To add to that, dryer vents. The tenants are not responsible for dryer vent clean out. So that's something that it's a hazard. So it definitely should be done once a year. So that's another thing to add to your list. Gutters. We have leaves falling like crazy right now, and give it another week or so, and we're going to need to clean out gutters. So again, that's not something the tenant's responsible for. You would be responsible for it as homeowners, but we can absolutely take care of that for you here. And one last thing that I'd like to add to that, excuse me, hot water heaters. We never think about hot water heaters. So every year, the hot water heater should be drained, cleaned. It gets gunk in the bottom of it. It could cause problems later. So it's much better if you every year clean them out, drain them, have somebody professional look at them. Again, small cost versus a huge cost to replace the whole thing. So just some of those things to put in the back of your mind. And if you have any questions, you can always as well email the maintenance team. And we have all those posted for you online. If you have any problems with that, questions, concerns, please do not hesitate to call the office, ask for Kylie or me, and we'll be happy to help you with that. With that said, I know that some homeowners really like to know what the forecasts are for selling as well. So 360 Realties, our sister company, Adam Kiefer, the broker in charge over there, has graciously supplied us with a graphs, kind of letting you know how the market is running with sales. I think Kylie's going to pop that up for us to look at. There we go. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but I did want to run through the days on the market. That's a huge thing everybody always asks about. So days on the market are coming back up. They did drop a little bit summertime, which was kind of surprising, but they're coming back up, which is a good thing. Prices are kind of staying pretty steady right now. I know on the rental side of things, the rentals kind of went down just a little bit, but we are holding strong right now, so that's good. This is something that you guys could take a look at if you should have any questions or if you should want to explore the opportunity of selling your property versus having to get in property management. You can always give us a call and we can connect you over to 360 as well. So full service, sales, property management, HOA, that's what we're about. If you guys ever have any questions, that's what we want you to do, is to call, email. We don't want you hanging out there and not know what, or being confused on something that we have explained. So please take the time to email us and let us know and keep in touch. With that being said, we're right about at the time. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, comments? We'd love to help. We'll take a few minutes and see if anybody writes in. Well, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this would be emailed out, so everybody will get a chance to look at it. I wanted to thank you for taking the time out on your Wednesday morning to sit with us and gather some more information. And we look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you everybody for joining us. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Wednesday morning. We're going to give you a little bit of information on our end of the year process and get you situated for your taxes and things like that, so you're not wondering where your 1099s are coming and where things